Welcome to Volume 2, 3rd edition of the Lwc News Magazine, covering your community and campus news at 12:30 and 7, Mondays on Duo County Channel 2. I'm Emily Ramage.
And I'm Ford Smith. Thanks for joining us for the February edition. We turn now to our monthly headlines. We start with the 4 and 4. Now this brings 4 headlines and events all in 4 minutes.
These events are happening in your campus and in your community, all in the month of February. Our first event takes place on November 7th, 11th, and 12th. Lindsey Wilson College Student Government Association brings you Lindsey Idol. The event takes place at 6 p.m. on the 7th and 7 p.m. on the 11th and 12th in the VP Henry Auditorium. For more information or to get involved, contact the Student Government Association at sga@lindsey.edu.
The month of February brings the launch of Lindsey Rights for most students, faculty, and staff at Lindsey Wilson College. It is a 5-year quality enhancement program that will impact AP White Columbia campus. There are many events that you want to attend. Just go to www.lindsey.edu for more information. Now, the goal of Lindsey Rights is to help students write confidently for communication, community, and career. This is an exciting initiative for campus, so get writing, Lindsey.
Do you need help finding a job? Maybe you don't know how to tap into all your available resources? Don't worry, Career Service has you covered. On Monday, February 25th at 2:30, Career Services is offering a program titled Networking 101 at the Wilkerson House. Learn practical ways to talk to potential employers. This program will have you ready to find a job for the career fair, also in the month of February. For more information about attending Networking 101, contact miller@lindsey.edu.
As Emily mentioned, a career fair takes place this month. The Spotlight Career Fair will be Thursday, February 28th from 2 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Lexington, Kentucky. This is your chance to meet potential employers. Spotlight, an annual career fair sponsored by the Association of Independent Kentucky Colleges and Universities. Spotlight on Employment is one of the best opportunities seniors will have to meet with company representatives in one setting. For more information, contact miller@lindsey.edu.
Those are the main events of the month, all in the first 4 minutes. That concludes our 4 and 4.
Many events have been going on in the community since our last newscast. When we come back, we'll have an interview in our Living Green with Lindsey Wilson News Magazine segment. Now, you don't want to miss this. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thanks for staying with us, and welcome back to the Campus and Community segment of the Lwc News Magazine. We start with Living Green with the Lwc News Magazine. This segment will air each month, sponsored by the ETCA, Energy Technology Career Academy. We will bring you top energy news and green tips that can save you money and help us all to live green. Today, we are joined by Doug Keaton, a new faculty member here at Lindsey, who teaches energy science and sustainability. Mr. Keaton, tell us a little bit about your position here at the college.
Thank you, Emily. First and foremost, as a director of sustainability, it's up to me to try to change the culture of the campus and get them focused on what we might throw away and pay to throw away. What can we reuse that to do and generate a revenue stream, as well as how could we save the campus utility dollars that we would typically spend. Nationwide, Lindsey doesn't do real well with per student cost on utilities. So we're trying to reduce that per student cost. What happens is most campuses nationwide are spending around $400 a month in utilities for every student that is on that campus. At Lindsey, we're spending around $750 per student. So since utility costs are something that is very manageable, what we've done is evaluate the campus, analyze the energy usage, and what we want to do is reduce that cost and get that down closer to that $400 mark. So we do that by practicing sustainability. We're doing pretty good with that as well. We will eventually, probably over the next 2 to 3 years, we'll see that number reach our goal of about $400 per student.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds
yeah.
great. Can you tell us about some of the classes that you're teaching here on campus?
Sure. The first class I teach is a global energy issues class, where I take my students outside of Kentucky, take them outside the United States, and we really talk about the world's issue with energy and energy consumption. Where do they get their electricity from? How do they make their electricity? And how is that different than what we see here in Kentucky? So we deal with it from a global perspective and take the students to where they have to actually transpose themselves or put themselves in the position as if they were a politician or they were the energy manager from another country around the world, and identify with that and then compare that to what's going on here. The other class I teach is about sustainability and how do we practice sustainability issues. And that's a very lab-oriented class, and so those students are learning to take waste vegetable oil from Kramer Dining Center, a couple local restaurants, and we're turning that into biodiesel fuel that the charter buses are using, plant operations is using for most of their vehicles. We'll see a lot of the tractors at the Pines using the fuel that we make on campus. Some community members will even do a blend of our biodiesel. Another thing is a byproduct of that waste vegetable oil is glycerin. And so we are transforming that glycerin into soap that can be used here on the campus. So far the pilot projects in the bar soap and the liquid soap have really made a positive impact. A lot of people like the fragrance, they like the smell, they like the feel, they like the cleanliness of it. And if we can attack that and really come up with a good formula that works for the campus, we could probably offset about $100,000 a year that we currently have budgeted for just soap on the campus by making it ourselves out of waste products, which is an epitome of sustainability. So those are a couple of the highlights that we're working on.
That's great. Thank you. Well, are there any clubs or activities that students could join on campus to learn more about this?
Absolutely. You can stop by my office anytime, which is Goodhue 314. We have an energy club here on campus. It's a chapter of the Kentucky Energy Club. The Kentucky Energy Club is hosted by the University of Kentucky, and what we have done is try to model the Energy Club activities from MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So we have that model that we work with, and students are free to join. It's open to any student. If you just have an interest in helping the campus save money or environmental issues, energy issues, I'd love for you to be a part of that team so that the more that we have, the more we can accomplish.
Right. Well, we thank you, Doug, for coming in and bringing
Thank you.
us the energy scoop. And we toss now back to you, Ford.
Thank you.
An exciting initiative launches this month as a part of the LWC AP White Campus. Lwc Writes is encouraging students, faculty, and staff to become confident writers in their fields. LWC News Magazine shows how on our campus, writing is across the curriculum.
I'm Dr. Royce Hennon. I'm in charge of the QAP here at Lindsey Wilson College. The QAP at Lindsey Wilson College is called Lwc Writes, and a QAP is a quality enhancement plan. It's a requirement for SACS accreditation here at Lindsey Wilson College. Today the QAP launched in Kramer Dining Hall, and what we did here was we had students come in and we offered them free pens. We said, hey, you can take a pen if you write something down about your life or about a topic, because the topic for this, the overall idea for today was Lwc writes about what, and we want to know what students are writing about, what students are thinking about. Lwc Writes has a three-pronged approach: writing for life, writing in the disciplines, and writing in the core. Writing for life is all these initiatives we're seeing today. You know, we're having students write things down, we're having people talk about their writing. We have speaker series going on this week and throughout the semester. But writing in the core is different. Writing in the core, what we do is we take the Lindsey Wilson College Gen Ed program that's being revised, and we add writing into that core, in that system. And then after that, we have a writing in the disciplines approach. It's looking at upper division classes in each of the majors here at Lindsey. And so what each major is doing is we're identifying courses where math majors will learn how to write like math majors, history majors will learn how to write like history majors, and nursing majors will learn how to write like nurses. And so we won't have a system that where everybody's learning to write poetry. This isn't the point of this project. The point of this project is to really focus on disciplinary writing.
Lwc Writes is encouraging, fun, and interactive, making you want to grab a pen and paper.
Our students have a lot to be proud of, but nothing makes them prouder than walking across the stage to receive their diploma. College degrees were handed out to many during this year's winter commencement. LWC News Magazine takes you there.
Our speaker this morning has twice been elected to statewide office, serving as Kentucky's Attorney General since 2008. As Kentucky's chief legal officer, he has worked tirelessly to make Kentucky a safer place for our families and children. He's been praised for pursuing child predators and cracking down on internet crimes, and has won multiple awards for fighting illegal drugs and prescription drug abuse. He has literally traveled the four corners of the state, including Adair County, to visit our schools to educate students, teachers, and parents about how to protect their children in properly using social networking sites. A direct descendant in a family that reaches back to Kentucky's earliest pioneering days, Jack Conway has been a winner. Jack and I have a lot in common in that we both graduated from St. X High School in Louisville. We're surrounded by beautiful young women in our families, and there's a passion for making a difference in the lives of others. In my role as president of Lindsey Wilson College, I have an opportunity to meet a number of politicians. Jack Conway is the first person that I've thought he has so much charm and charisma and intellect and passion for helping others that it would not shock me if he were one day elected to be President of the United States. I look forward to his words of wisdom for our graduates today. Would you please join me in giving a warm Lindsey Wilson College welcome to a man who has accomplished so much at an early age and has even a brighter future. My friend, Attorney General Jack Conway.
Some of you played sports and balanced that with your coursework. You probably pulled some all-nighters. And today, you are a graduate. And by attending this commencement, by being a graduate, you have something special now. We're citizens of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. But in this year, in 2012, I want you to imagine with me for a second that we were to have a cross-sampling of 29th graders sitting right here in front of us. Any random sampling of 29th graders in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Of those 29th graders today in Kentucky, about 15 will graduate from high school. 11 will enter some type of post-secondary education to try to further their learning. And folks, 3 will get a bachelor's degree or higher. 3. We're in an information economy. We're not just competing with Tennessee and Virginia and Indiana and Ohio. We're competing with Asia and the world. And what I want to say to you today is by putting in this hard work, graduates, you have what 84% of Kentucky does not have.
Once again this year, we broke the record for having the most graduates at our winter commencement.
And that concludes this February edition of LWC News Magazine. See you every Monday at 12:30 and 7.
We'll be here covering your community and campus news. Thank you for joining us. I'm Emily Ramage with Ford Smith. Have a great Monday.